He was found, alone, inside a box. No name, no family, no past. For 65 years, no one knew who he was. Until now, and the truth is far more disturbing than anyone expected. February 25th, 1957, Philadelphia. A quiet, wooded area just outside the noise of the city. A man walks his dog. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious, until the dog stops. It pulls harder than before towards something half hidden in the brush. A box. Old, worn, discarded. At first glance, just trash, but something feels off. The man hesitates, then opens it, and instantly everything changes. Inside was the body of a young boy. Police arrive quickly. The scene is sealed. The boy, between 4 and 6 years old. Small, fragile, covered in bruises. His body wrapped in a blanket, as if someone tried, too late, to show care. But the signs were clear. This child had suffered, not for a moment, not for a day, for a long time. Investigators search for clues. No identification, no missing person report, no one looking for him. It was as if he never existed. The case spreads quickly across the country. Newspapers give him a name, the boy in the box. Artists sketch his face, posters are printed, tips flood in, thousands of leads, all of them dead ends. Witnesses claim they saw him, neighbors recall strange families, psychics even offer visions, but nothing leads to the truth. Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and slowly, the world begins to forget. Autopsy results reveal more. The boy was malnourished, severely. There were signs of repeated abuse, physical trauma, both recent and old. This wasn't a sudden act. This was a life filled with suffering. Investigators try everything. They compare fingerprints, they check orphanages, they visit schools. Nothing. No records, no history, no identity. Eventually, the case goes cold. The boy is buried. A simple grave, a simple marker. No name. But the detectives who worked the case, they never truly let it go. Some revisit the files years later. Others carry the image of that box for the rest of their lives, because something about it didn't make sense. How does a child live and die without anyone noticing? The world changes. Technology evolves. Science advances. But the boy remains a mystery. Generations pass. The case becomes a legend. Students study it. Journalists revisit it. But still, no answers. Until, after more than 60 years, investigators make a decision. They dig him up. Not out of curiosity, but because science has finally caught up. DNA technology, far beyond anything available in the 1950s. They extract what little they can, fragments, traces, and upload them into modern databases. Then, they wait. The process is slow, painfully slow. But then, something appears, a connection, not direct, but enough. Genealogists begin mapping family trees, distant relatives, shared DNA. Piece by piece, a family begins to take shape. A mother is identified. Then records are pulled. Birth certificates. One name stands out. Born in 1953. A boy who should have been alive, but wasn't. Finally, after 65 years, the boy in the box gets his name. Joseph Augustus Zarelli, born January 13th, 1953. For the first time, he is no longer invisible, no longer forgotten. But the discovery raises more questions than answers, because now they know who he was, but not what happened to him.
Investigators locate relatives, siblings still alive, but the details are complicated, painful, and carefully guarded. Authorities refuse to release the parents' identities. Why? To protect the living, or because the truth is darker than anyone wants to admit? One thing becomes clear. Joseph didn't just disappear. He was hidden, erased. Why was no missing report ever filed? Why did no one come forward for decades? How does a child live in silence and die without a trace? Some investigators believe the answer lies inside the home, behind closed doors, where no one was watching. Or worse, where people chose not to see. Around the same time, another case resurfaces. A woman found in 1974, dead, her hands removed. No identity, no justice. For decades, she too remained unknown, until modern DNA gave her a name. Ruth Marie Terry. Another victim, another story, lost in silence. The truth isn't just what happened to Joseph, it's what didn't happen after. No search, no alarm, no urgency, just silence. And that silence lasted 65 years. Today, the investigation is still open. Detectives continue to search for answers. They ask the public for help, for memories, for whispers, for anything. Because somewhere, someone knows the truth, and they've been carrying it for a lifetime. Joseph has his name back, but justice? Still missing. And maybe the most disturbing part is this. The person responsible may have lived a full life, untouched, unpunished, free.